Welcome, hello, Jasmine, hi, my name is Ty Colonel, and today's video is a little different, right? I got another background, and that's by reason, because I want to show you something, and I want to take you a little bit out into my writings, what I'm doing, and yeah, I don't want to interrupt my background if I want to show you something. So let's start with the first showing you something. It's my wall here. You see the paintings, they grew with my latest book, and I will get to that back to that later, but let's start as you're used to. At the first point, if you didn't subscribe my channel, make sure to do it so you stay updated. And to those who don't know me yet, I will introduce a little. So my name is Ty Colonel, and I'm a black magician. I'm a follower of the draconian path, so I'm working with the Clifford, with the Goetia, with demons, with shadow works very much, with runes, with yeah. I think I leave it by that place for now. Considering this, I'm a student of the left-hand Order Dragon Rouge while I am a student. So if you got any questions, there is a link down below. Follow up there and check for yourself, because I'm not a representative of the order. And I am a born empath. So since birth, I'm sensing energy fields and entities, but it took quite of decades to get this into a professional way of controlled learning, so to say. Um, this is when my draconian path came into being, and many did unlock of things I didn't know before. And about this is writing as well. I did write lyrics and poetry since about my age of 7 or 8. So you can say basically since I can write a word. Back then it was triggered when I got a teacher who was stressing me, and I just wrote poetries in a sarcastic and yeah, in a cheeky way. Also, I was into paintings, so I was very creative at school, but not always as for the school plan, but rather for the arts. And when my cliphotic way started, my left-hand path started consciously, I also started to share my experiences, my perceptions at social media, but in a way so others on their path could read my perceptions and could compare them to their own path. So there were also poetries and a kind of a small shape of an article at Facebook back that time. And there was a brother from Ecuador who got an Ecuadorian esoteric magazine, and it's Catabasis Primigenia. I do not speak Spanish, so I wrote it in English, and he did later on translate it into Spanish as well. It was Dragon, Breath in Each Fiber. So this was my first intro as for publishing an article to open wide world, so to say. And I'm a little shy about that. I'm not the one who loves to step into light, you know. And also this YouTube channel is quite of a challenge to me to step into light, but that's a point of a progress as well. So but it was my first manifestation of printing my words so others could read them. And while this, I got into contact with Nick and Acherontas V Priest, and he runs the Zazen Sounds scene. And yeah, I can just say I like him very much. We do understand very well. And as for my opinion, he's a dear friend. And he kicked my ass back then to step into light, to get myself into workings. And he did enjoy my empiric way of writings. So I got some of his. I get a little more light here. I got some of his Southern Sound scenes back then, and this is the first one which came into being. And there is the second one which came into being. Shoop, you got it. Um, and also from Southern Scene 4 on, not in every edition, but in many, you find my name down below. You see Vilada at the end of here. And this was my first article at Zazen Sounds. It was The Dragon in Sense and Sound, and it was about incense works and how sound and incenses are manifestation of the dragon in our path works. And this was the intro to me to step out of my shadows and to get myself into light. And here you see the article itself. It was on page 32. And this picture here, you will find again later, because it is really a milestone on my personal path, connected to my entity, so-called my musen I'm working with. And yeah, I get into that again. But since that day, I'm writing for Thousand Sounds now and then and sharing my work in an empiric way as I see it through my work, what I percept and what I reflect on it. And so others can check their own paths just by reading my own share, because these pathworks are very individual, and so sometimes it's very helpful if other people share their perception, because there are fragments which are aligning to your work or not, and so it triggers you to check out again. So but about the Thousand Sounds, next time you find an article again. Currently, yeah, there is a Thousand Sounds on tour, but also sold out as far I know already. And so the Thousand Sounds 25, there's an article in, and the next one, there will be an article again. So that's about this. In this, the Spanish version was around 2018-19. Thousand Sounds started around the same time, and in 2019 I also did write an essay for a Colombian brother who runs the publishing house Sirius Limited Edition, and Edgar did ask me to write an article as well, and so I wrote an article for Sabbatica Volume 5, The Oracles of Death. And it was an article about, the burial rituals here in Germany, because here in Europe, people are scared to death in a literally way. If you compare it to the Asian or the Latin American ways of having their dead ones as a mummified embodiment in their own living, or if you got other cultures who, like in America, you got the ashes in the urn and take it home, and here in Germany they are tin boxed, and this tin box is cemented into an urn, and then it gets into a shelf where you can visit it. It's like a scaring before the death. And same if you bury a hole in Germany to give a corpse to the cemetery. They dig it out in a way really 3 meters deep. And if they found some more bones, they just dig a deeper hole, cast it in, and then the new one is placed on it. But it is so much deep down the grounds, so nobody will ever reach it. That's the modern way of burial here in Germany, or they burn it to ashes right away. So, but there is a fear before death, and this is why I wrote this essay about this. However, if you are interested, this Oracles of Death is still available at Sirius Limited Edition, so read it up by yourself. Yeah, and then there came the day when I was writing, yeah, I thought it was a diary note. And I started this writing, and it got longer. So I thought, okay, maybe you are just up to write an article, so just keep it on flowing. But it grew even more. And so it grew and grew and grew. And in the end, there was a book. I did not intend to write a book. I did not make a scratch. You know, when you are writing a book, you got a topic. You know where you're starting. You know where you want to go to. You know the message you want to give into. And this is how you write a book, basically. In my case, I did hold a pen and I had a paper and I was scribbling down all the book up to down without any self-controlling what to say. It was born from myself, through myself, but I just wrote it down. And so you rather could name it an automatic writing. This book came into being in German, so I did translate it for 1 year myself. And then I caught up to Edgar because I wanted to know what kind of a topic, what kind of a genre is this book, because I never intended to publish it. In first case, I just wanted to know what topic it is, because it did sound like a science fiction, but on the same time, it was like, you know, it had a sense of a grimoire. And so, but there is no, you know, there is no introductions how to do a ritual or so on. However, something was strange on it. And so I gave it to Edgar and I asked what kind of genre it is. And when he got my book, um, yeah, he said, okay, stop searching. I publish it. And this was when my book came into being, into birth. And I had given it to a friend before, and he was checking this book for me, so I don't do too much flaws in English writing and in English grammar. And he said, okay, I could change some of the words, but I will not do that because it starts like a whisper and then it gets louder and louder. And in the end, you're caught in an invocation, in a spell, and it doesn't let you go before you close the last page. And I just like, well, okay, I know that it is grabbing you, but I did not see it that way. And so he just corrected some little bit of, you know, capitalized or not capitalized, or maybe a semicolon, but he didn't change any word. So this was the first one reading it. Also, he gave back that while reading this book, everything went into chaos, and only when he was finished the book, everything calmed down. And I will get back to that again. However, this is the book I wrote, and this is the book I published, and its name is Fire, Magma Primal, Fire of the Dragon. And it is nearly sold out. So I want to show it to you. It was available at Miskatonic Books, and it was available at Sirius Limited Edition, and there was an exclusive version. So as for first, both of these versions which were printed, it was a leather-bound one, and it was a printed hardcover one. Did follow up with the endecagram, so a big red flag to your alpha. And I can tell you, in meditation, it is unveiling you. Um, Also, the leather bound one is following up with some cards. And here you see these ones are the basic of them. Um, because I did not do it by AI. I did paint them by myself while I was writing this book, and they are like an additional key to things described in this book. And I'm still learning by myself when I'm reading this book because it is a teaching on me, same it is a teaching on, yeah, it is bearing keys. So these are some of the paintings. This is one of the very important paintings. Yeah, you see it right beside me. Um, and this is one painting. I told you this is something this painting I did paint for the back then for the Zazen scene. It is a painting connected to my musen, to my entity, and these letters are also given by her. So, and it did, this picture I did paint twice. A second painting of the same picture is printed in Thomas edition, Thomas Carlson. There is a Clifford Kabbalah and Goetic Magic, and one of his translations is carrying one of this, the second paint of this picture. Um, I will give it closer to you because this is really a special one. So, and this museum I'm working with, and this museum was impacting my book. This is an essential key. You saw the picture at the wall up there, essential key of the book. You will see it when you read it. It's really an essential part. And there is this one was used for the print cover on the hardcover version. So these cards are only following with the leather part, and the leather book is the deluxe version is already sold out with Miskatonic Books, and it is sold out with a Sirius limited edition. I do hold two of them left, while number 6 is mine. Number 2 is still here, so if you are interested in this deluxe leather version, it is 160 US dollars, so around about 150 euro plus shipping. And so if you are interested, get in touch and yeah, claim your last one, because if this is gone, it is gone. So this is the leather one, bearing the endecagram as well. And you see, this is really craft. I love his way workings on this leather bound. And here you got this. And as you can see, this is number 2 of 22. So in a case you want it, of course, I would do a signing on your book if you want it. Okay, so, but let's get back to the one of the background. Um, it is this one. The leather bound was printed in a limited version of 22, and this was printed in a limited version of 111. So there are a few last ones you can get at Sirius limited edition. Miskatonic Books is sold out already, and I hold 5 of them. So in that case, it is number 6, number 8, number 12, number 15, and number 18. If you want one of them, let me know. Also, just get in touch. In that case, it is 65 US dollars, so roundish 60 euro plus shipping. So if you are near Europe, it makes totally sense to get in touch here. If you are nearer to US or Latin America, it makes sense to ask Edgar for, so get in touch with Sirius Limited Edition. This one is, as you see, same way built on a starter, and here you got its version number. This is number 6 of 111. So the difference between both is that you gotta print it in black and white. So this why the limited edition as deluxe got a cards with it. I by myself created this one as my local printer for you. So if you get in touch personally, you get signed the book, and also you get a little booklet with a print versions of the picture. So you got them as well. However, if you already did buy one of my limited versions, also get in touch. I will put down an email so you can reach me or check out via Facebook, send a note. If you did buy one of my manifested versions of the limited ones, get in touch because I got a little present for you. If you didn't do yet, do it. And also, of course, I'm very curious about your personal perceptions, which did unfold when you did read it, because it is primal matter chaos, and it can unchain very chaotic structures, very fruitful structures, and it is far beyond just reading a roman or a novel. So, okay, but things are changing. And there is a new step I'm going to. It's going from manifestation to etheric state. So what I'm talking about, I never was into ebooks. And I'm an old school reader. I love to flip pages. I love the scent of pages. And when it is done like this, exclusive, like this deluxe version, this leather bound, and you feel the material in your hand and the weight of the book, and I love it. But it made sense. I had a contact with many brothers who said, okay, but if I got an ebook reading, I can do, even if I'm tired after work and my eyes are closing, I can just grab this ebook, grab the ebook and can listen to it. Or if I do want to check back the written one, if you did already read it and you want to check back some certain terms or words, then you can just search for it, and you're shown the page where you did find it, and so you can dig deeper into. So it's a kind of 2.0 to unfold it to an audible and to a workbook. So, okay, this basically did convince me to unchain it from materialization to etheric state back again. It took quite a while because, yeah, I'm German. I just had to do a reading, so I gave it to a brother again to lecture it. And this brother gave a feedback. I don't want to whistleblow it, read it up yourself. Um, he is someone who is practicing the draconian path as well, and he is one of them who are able to read the keys which are hidden in this book. And he did write a pre-word for me for my presentation. So if you get there to check my ebook, you don't need an ebook reader. That's you can do, but you can also just put an app on your mobile phone or on your computer to which is able to read ebooks, and so you can already check for it, and there is freeware to read it. So you find my book either on lulu.com or you find it on Amazon as well, as they mirror it globally. And but you can also get it here. Just get in touch, ask me, and we make a contact, no problem. So this is basically what is happening now. From writing poetry to writing lyrics and into articles, into essays, into books. And I can tell you there is another book arising, but I will not whistleblow yet. And there is a translation ongoing. I will not whistleblow yet, but it will be a consistent work which will follow up the next years as well. So, and as always, I am curious about to hear about whatever you percept on my works. So never shy to get in touch and to tell me. It is wonderful to hear. So this for today. It was a little me, and yeah, let's do it in a short way of saying bye. This is what I am doing. If I'm not doing rituals, not doing workings, not doing meditations, this is what I'm doing. So have a wonderful day and talking next time.